Hey everybody, Steve's Retro Rewind back with another video. Hopefully you caught my most recent video with my review of Kill Bill, The Whole Bloody Affair. Tonight I wanted to jump on and do my ranking of Tarantino's, the movies he's directed, his 9 films. I know he's kind of been in the news lately with some of the remarks he's made about Paul Dano. I know some of his views are people don't necessarily care for them. People don't necessarily care for Quentin Tarantino, either as a director or as an individual. But I must admit, he is one of my, if not my most favorite, one of my favorite directors, if not my favorite director. I still remember first getting introduced to Tarantino way back when, and we'll get into that in just a little bit. But let's jump on into it. This is my list. It may not be the same as your list. You may not agree with my list. That's fine. You ask 20 different people to rank movies, or you'll get 20 different responses. So let's go ahead and jump into it. So going from my least favorite to my most favorite, let me just say I love Tarantino's films. I love all of his films. One of the unique things about Tarantino's films, it seems like every one of his films, they're very memorable. Let's just say that. But it seems like each one of his films has a scene. We can, if you've seen all of his films, or even just specific films of his you've seen, we can all kind of remember one specific scene or one particular moment in the film that we kind of cringe a little bit, or we think it went just a little too far. But we won't get too much into that. But anyway, I'm kind of rambling a little bit. But here is my ranking of Tarantino's films that he's directed. And again, I know this probably is going to be not a very popular opinion, but this is Steve's list. So starting out at number 9, we got 2009's Inglourious Basterds. Quentin's take on Lieutenant Aldo Rain's unit in World War II. This had 8 Academy Award nominations, including Best Picture, Best Director, Best Original Screenplay, and Christoph Waltz actually won his first of 2 Best Supporting Actor Oscars for his portrayal of Colonel Hans Landa. This movie, it's a fun movie. Well, I shouldn't say fun movie. It's a fun watch. It certainly gives you some things to think about. Some amazing talent in this movie. A great story. Well, I shouldn't even say great story. It's a fun watch. It's an interesting watch. Different take on some things that happened during World War II. There's some funny moments. There's some sad moments, obviously. But my number 9 pick of Tarantino is 2009's Inglourious Basterds. For number 8, I'm going with 1997's Jackie Brown. This is Tarantino's 3rd film. Now, admittedly, of his movies, this is probably the one I have seen the least. I have just jumped back in and kind of thumbed through this and watched it a little bit. It is showing, I believe, on Roku, and I do apologize. Inglourious Basterds, I believe, is showing on Paramount Plus, if you have that. But yeah, Jackie Brown is showing. It was showing on Roku. I do have the DVD of that, and I went back and I was just kind of thumbing through it. I think if I was to go back through and watch all these again, Jackie Brown may go a little bit higher on the list, but for the purposes of this video, it's my number 8. Some amazing performances. Of course, you have Tarantino favorite Samuel L. Jackson returning, and then you have Robert Forster was nominated for Best Supporting Actor for this film. And my number 8 pick is 1997's Jackie Brown. For my number 7 pick is going to be 2012's Django Unchained. If you know, you know. Django, Christoph Waltz won his 2nd Best Supporting Actor for his portrayal of Dr. King Schultz, the bounty hunter that employs Django's help and teaches him the ins and outs of the bounty hunter business. Django Unchained received 5 Academy Award nominations, including Best Picture, Best Original Screenplay, and of course, as I said, Christoph Waltz won his 2nd Academy Award for Best Supporting Actor. This is also showing streaming on Paramount Plus. And then right along with that one, my number 6 pick of Tarantino's is going to be 2015's The Hateful Eight. This is an excellent companion piece with Django Unchained. It seems like at some point this would have been an excellent sequel to Django Unchained. It kind of seems like a perfect movie for King Schultz to pop up in, or Django himself to pop up in. Supposedly you see Django's saddle in the movie at some point. Hateful Eight received 3 Academy Award nominations, including Best Supporting Actress for Jennifer Jason Leigh as Daisy Domergue. So my number 6 pick is going to be 2015's Django Unchained. My number 5 Tarantino pick is going to be a really unpopular one, and that's going to be 2007's Death Proof. Death Proof, of course, you know, is going to be the second half of the Tarantino, Robert Rodriguez Grindhouse collaboration. I remember seeing this in the theater as a double feature with Planet Terror. You have the Fate trailers, of course. We've gotten Thanksgiving and Machete from those Fate trailers, which added to the nostalgic Grindhouse experience. Death Proof is almost like watching 2 different movies. You have the first part and then you have the second part. So it is almost like watching 2 different movies. Some good old school car stunts, practical effects, stuntman Mike in there. And of course you have Earl McGraw, Texas Ranger Earl McGraw, portrayed by the ever amazing Michael Parks, who pops up in several Rodriguez and Tarantino films, but he appears in both Death Proof and Planet Terror. So that's going to be my number 5 pick. For my number 4 pick is going to be Tarantino's first studio film, and that's going to be 1992's Reservoir Dogs. This is the only Tarantino film that I did not see in the theater. This is kind of what started the whole thing. I saw another one of his films, and then the person who introduced me to that one also told me about Reservoir Dogs. And as soon as I watched that film, I went out and watched Reservoir Dogs as soon as I could. Excellent movie. Not really dated by today's standards. There is a little bit there. Good heist film. The Commode story is amazing. So this is definitely still worth a watch. That's going to be my number 4. Next, I want to talk about an honorable mention. It's not really a film per se of Tarantino's, but he directed, there was a movie that came out in 95 that was kind of like an anthology movie that portrayed or that revolved around a character in a hotel as he went to 4 different rooms in the hotel. Tim Roth, who of course was in Pulp Fiction, The Hateful Eight, Reservoir Dogs, he portrays Ted the Bellboy in 4 rooms. And Tarantino not only starred in, but also directed a segment called The Man from Hollywood. And that is the movie as a whole, meh, but the Robert Rodriguez directed Misbehaviors segment and then Tarantino's Man from Hollywood are both excellent watches. And of course, Ted the Bellboy is a fun character. So I would definitely recommend, if you have not seen 4 Rooms, definitely check that out. And it's certainly a fun watch. If you don't watch anything else from the movie, definitely watch The Misbehaviors and watch The Man from Hollywood. And let me go back just real quick to The Hateful Eight. It is streaming on Netflix and Paramount Plus, but Netflix also has the extended cut. It's presented in 4 different episode segments. So I would recommend watching, if you haven't seen it yet, watch the theatrical cut and then go back and watch the extended cut. And that adds a lot more story to the film. So moving into the top 3, my number 3 pick of Tarantino's is going to be his most recent film. And that's going to be 2019's Once Upon a Time in Hollywood. Of course, his reimagining of the Manson family and how it plays into the Sharon Tate murders, but enter Cliff Booth and Rick Dalton, and they sort of change history a little bit. Some excellent stunt work, excellent storytelling. I believe that there is a new film in the works, The Further Adventures of Cliff Booth. Tarantino, I do not know. I don't believe he's directing or anything like that. I don't know what, if any, involvement he has in that production, but I'm certainly looking forward to that. But Once Upon a Time in Hollywood received 10 Academy Award nominations, including Best Picture, Best Director, Best Screenplay, Best Actor for Leonardo DiCaprio, and Brad Pitt won an Academy Award for Best Supporting Actor for his portrayal of Cliff Booth, stuntman for Rick Dalton. So, moving into our top 2. This one is kind of a hot take. If you saw my most recent video, you know where we're going with this next one, and that's going to be technically 2006's Kill Bill, The Whole Bloody Affair, which of course is the full cut of Kill Bill Volume 1 from 2003 and Kill Bill Volume 2 from 2004. I am now that I have officially seen Kill Bill, The Whole Bloody Affair, I am considering it one film. So that's going to be my number 2 pick. And it's a very, very, very fun movie. It won a lot. Each of the individual volumes won several MTV Movie Awards. Volume 1 won Best Female Performance for Uma Thurman, Best Villain for Lucy Liu, and Best Fight between Uma Thurman and Chiki Kuriyami, who played Gogo Yubari. Volume 2 won Best Hero for Thurman and Best Fight between Thurman and Daryl Hannah. So great movie to watch. I have a newfound appreciation for Kill Bill, having seen it as Tarantino intended, The Whole Bloody Affair. So obviously, if you've been keeping track, as far as Tarantino movies go, we only have one more to go, and that is going to be 1994's, the one that started it off for me, Pulp Fiction. Pulp Fiction, just classic, iconic poster. I actually have this movie poster. I have the original that was displayed at the movie theater I worked at. I remember going to see Pulp Fiction at the theater when it released. It was a re-release, I believe. A friend of mine was telling me about it. He actually introduced me to Tarantino, to Pulp Fiction. This was my first introduction to Tarantino. That's why it holds such a special place in my heart. It was his follow-up to Reservoir Dogs. It was the winner of the Palme d'Or at Cannes, which is presented to the director of the best film. It was nominated for 7 other Academy Awards, including Best Picture, Best Director, Best Actor for John Travolta, Best Supporting Actor for Samuel L. Jackson, Best Supporting Actress for Uma Thurman, and of course, Best Film Editing. This is probably one of the first movies that introduced me to nonlinear storytelling. As soon as this movie starts with Pumpkin and Honey Bunny in the diner, and then Missile Rue kicks in with the opening credits. The soundtrack is amazing. I actually still have my CD soundtrack to Pulp Fiction. I also have Reservoir Dogs soundtrack on CD as well. It won several MTV Movie Awards for Best Dance Sequence with John Travolta and Uma Thurman while they're at Jack Rabbit Slim's. And it was nominated for Best Female Performance for Thurman, Best Male Performance for Travolta, and Best On-Screen Duo for John Travolta and Samuel L. Jackson. So that's my list for my Tarantino films. Pulp Fiction, edging out Kill Bill for the #1 spot. Are you a Tarantino fan? Have you seen all of his movies? What's your favorite? What's your list? What's your least favorite? Do you agree with my list? Am I way off? Let me know down in the comments. If you would, give me a like, give me a share, give me a subscribe. Let's chat down in the comments, and we'll talk at you guys on the next video. Take care. Thanks.